As others struggle to be in school, I struggle to get out of school. I got my admission letter after my class 8, and I got admitted at Onjiko High School. For those who don't know Onjiko is the school of the legends. It has produced Charles Otieno, that is the police spokesman, Robert Alai, the general himself, Miguna, and me, Jeff Otieno. My admission letter, school's motto was endeavor to excel. So I knew this is where I was going to excel. So with my mom, we carry our the box and everything for admission. So we reach the school, then the watchman looks at me and tells my mom, "Why have you brought your son here? Is he really going to make it?" Because I was very tiny. Onjiko is a school and a half, because at Form 2 you start acquiring other behaviors. So the front gate of the school had a fence and a gate and a wall. The back end was bare, where it's called Field B. There was no gate. So we used to sneak a lot. And we actually never used to sneak. We used to get out, because sneaking is hiding. But there we just used to wait the evening after preps, walk out. We used to go to Ahero. There was a club called Bank. So the Bank, we could sneak or could get out in groups of 2 or 3 or 4. By the time you reach the Bank, you find the entire dance floor is half of the school. So one day, I don't know whether it was by good luck on the teacher's side or bad luck on our side, because they did a roll call one night. And then we were among the guys who are not in school. So we were suspended. So suspension, 2 weeks, came back with our parents. I came with my mom, because my dad, Mr. Wu, really loved education. He used to pay fees up front for the entire year. Yes. So this is now his firstborn coming back home for 2 weeks. I mean, pressure and peer influence and all that. So I stayed home. He said, "You can't take me back to school, so you go with your mom." So one day there was a strike in school, and that was an opportunity now to get rid of the unruly boys. So I was amongst them. That is Form 3, second term. I was expelled from school. I went back home. I didn't go to my friend's house or anything. So I went home, stayed home. My dad asked me, "If you don't want to go to school, you will stay home. And we are sending away their house help, so you'll be doing the chores." Actually, I used to do the chores. Mop the house, prepare the siblings to go to school and all that, brush their shoes. Until I was like, I've already learned my lesson, I want to go back. So, I used to talk to my mom to go and tell him, because I couldn't face him directly. So one day, my uncle from my mom's side calls my dad, "You're doing a disservice to this boy. He needs to go back to school." So he gets me a school in Kitale. So I go to Kitale, that's Trans Nzoia County. I made a decision to repeat Form 3, because I only learned Form 3 first term. I think second term I was out. So I repeated Form 3. It went smoothly. Form 4, it was a Catholic school, very strict. So one day when Form 4 first time we went to a church, then I didn't tuck in my shirt. We were around 3 boys. The other 2 were footballers. Me, I was not a footballer. So we went back to school. We were called to the staff room. We were suspended for 2 weeks. Again. So these guys, we come back on the day we were supposed to come back. Since there was a football tournament, the others allowed in. Then me was told, "You go back for another 2 weeks." So we went back. After 2 weeks we came. They're like, "No, your case, the board has not sat to listen to your case. So go back. Remember, by that time I was living with my uncle Enoch, who got me to school. So he used to take me, we come back and all that. So we reach home and tells me, young man, I think they don't want you in that school. So we need to make a decision. Either we get you a tutor or we take you to a school. There used to be a school called Robinson Academy. Robinson Academy, it was actually a school for the unruly. Anyone who could be expelled at any level, you'll join Robinson and you'll learn there. And so I had a few friends there. So I tell my uncle, I don't think if I can go to Robinson. Besides, I can't reach my dad to pay fees. And he could not pay fees because he had his own children to take care of. And he could not afford a tutor. So then I told him, I will read alone. This is like, you read alone. You never stay in the house, you tanga and move everywhere. You'll read alone. So I said, yes, I'll do it. So I sit down. That was a turning point in my life. I made a decision to read. I made a timetable for all the 8 subjects. I could wake up at 4 in the morning and sleep at midnight. Every single day from second term, from first term, from January actually, until exam time, I think in November or September. I used to introduce topics. If it's biology, I introduce a topic to myself. I read. I finish the topic. I set exams. I do the exam. I mark. After marking, you check where you did not do well, which subtopics. Go back, read again. Then now you say, now I'm ready to move to the next topic. I did that in all subjects, including maths, which I could just do. The good thing with mathematics at that level, even formula is tick, 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 tick. When you don't get the right answer, at least out of 8 marks, you have some 2 marks or 3. So that's how I did my study. It was not easy, because waking up at 5 at 4, every single day without an alarm, because my body was now used to that. And during the day I could read throughout. I have never read like that in my entire life, because I knew if I don't do it, I'll have to repeat again. And if I'm repeating, that means I'm not doing 844. Maybe I'm doing 87 something. And the other 4, I'm not even sure if I'll do it. So that was me every day. And I remember when school closes, my friend Victor Gidinjo was a very good friend of mine. He could bring for me revision papers. He was the only one who used to visit me and give me revision papers to read, and even textbooks. While he's going back for tuition, he will pick them and goes. So I used to do that every day, every day. So my uncle asked me, are you ready? Remember, I never called my dad and told him what happened. I could not even go back to Kisumu, where my dad was. So I only stayed with my uncle Enoch, read in his house throughout every day till the exam time. So we went to exam room. We found, the first lesson, the first subject was English. So I meet our English teacher, who was my friend, Mr. Wataka. So Wataka tells me, he was giving, the students pep talk. Oh, guys, we are now ready, you can do it. Me, I'm from home. So I was just sitting there listening, okay. Then he comes tell me, Otieno, I believe in you. You're going to do it. I don't know why I cried. Until today, I don't know. I was supposed to be happy because that was a word of encouragement. But I felt tears rolling. It really got into me. So I did my exams. The day I was finishing, my uncle actually came for me. During exams, I remember there's a guy who was trying to copy me. I'm like, why would you copy someone who's been homeschooling? Why would you do that? So I'm like, no, I will not allow that to happen. So I hide my exams, my papers, do exams. Then on the last day, my uncle just came for me, physically came for me, we went. So when we reached in his home, I told him, I want to go to Kisumu to see my parents. It's been 1 year, I've never gone back. So I go home, my mom is always happy to see me. And then my dad comes in the evening, asks me, oh, so you finished exams? I say, yes. How are they? Good. So we'll wait. So he noticed that I'd changed a lot because I used to do with my siblings homework. I would remind them, hey, come, let's sit down. So you know this guy has really changed. So he's like, is he really the one? No, he's not the one. Because he knew me very well. When the results came, I know there's a silence. You know, by that time you could check your results on phone. So I check mine, I'm like, wow, I did it. My dad comes, so I send him the codes to try. He tries, they're like, wow. So he comes home and tells me, are you sure these results are yours? Then he gives me fair and tells me, now, go back to that school, get your results. We need to make some decisions now. So I ran back to Kitale. Uncle Enoch was very happy. He tells me, even the landlord's son, who was in Form 4 with you, failed. Well, you made it. So I go home with Dad. He was very happy. Actually, so the result that actually it was Jeff Kefa's Otieno. He was very happy. So quickly he enrolls me to a university. Of course, parallel. He loved education. Mr. War loved education. He could do anything. We could sleep hungry or anything, or walk barefoot or anything, but school fees, number one. So he enrolled me to university. University life was good. I was very responsible. I could read. I never missed my lectures. We all know how university life is. My girlfriend, I had a girlfriend. At year 3, she became pregnant. So I go home during the long holidays. I tell my mom, you know, remember that girl who came here one time? Yes. Yeah, yes. Now go talk to your dad. I'm like, why would I go talk to him? No, this is your creation. So go talk to him. It took me courage to go talk to my father. So I tell Mr. War, one day, I found him sitting in the sitting room. Dad, I want to talk to you. Like, yeah, sit. Remember that lady? Yes, I remember. I think I've hit a jackpot. Like, oh, and I'm very sorry, I know I disappointed you. I didn't go there to hit jackpots. I went there to, learn and make you happy or make you proud of your son. There's like, oh, that is okay. There are 3 things. You can deny, you can accept, but you take responsibility later because you're still a student, or you can accept and take responsibility now. So which one do you choose? I told him I'll choose number 3. I will accept and take responsibility now. So of course, when you're in campus, you can be pregnant. So my girlfriend had to go home, give birth. So the day she was giving birth, I was doing exams. And it happened that my dad was in town, Nairobi. So I texted him and say, hey, Mercy is at the hospital. I think she's delivering. Then actually, my dad went and cleared the entire bills. Even me, I was shocked because. But somehow I used to know that maybe my behaviors was a reflection of him. Maybe. So he texts me and says, wow, your daughter is so light. Because actually, in my family, I'm light. I know you see me as a black person, but in my family, I'm very light. In fact, in the entire village, when I walk, they tell you, did you see that brown guy? So my daughter was very light. So that's what my dad said, and that's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I graduated with a degree, a wife, and a daughter, Dr. Otieno. So Dr. Otieno now is 11 years old. Where I come from, we give children titles. So when you visit me, he'll tell you, this is Engineer Onyango, Dr. So-and-so. So what I've learned, or my appreciation goes to my father. Because if he could have given up on me when I was at Onjiko, and later in Kitale, then I don't know where I could have been. Maybe I could have been a fisherman. Because I loved fish and chapati. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know some of your parents have teenagers or will have teenagers. There are some behaviors which you acquire. I acquired mine from school. And if you give up on your child, or on your daughter or son, then you don't know where they will end up to.